You're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. You are a superhero in your club. Seize your opportunities to serve. Well, David's going to go live on the internet, so we'll start going into Basecamp. So I'll show all you Basecamp managers what your role is to acknowledge the pending requests that come in from your members. He's going to be doing that next. I did have a good question. In the old days, our manuals had the evaluation sheets behind every project through the whole manual, so you couldn't possibly lose them. They were right there. And then you had a summary page at the back of the manual they had to fill in, because that's what you would use when you called, when you actually, now it was electronically, you went into the website and you acknowledged the award, the education award, and then they would send them a message. Now we don't have that in Pathways. So that's what those sheets are I created. They're basically the summary page that would have been at the back of your manual. They're just like that. You just write in the speech title, the date, the location you did it, the VP. You don't have to use it, but if you want to and you're comfortable with being organized, it's a great way to organize yourself. The other thing is evaluation. Somebody was asking me about those evaluation sheets. Because they're not in the manual, it's very easy for people just to toss them. But they are your record that you actually did the project. That is a paper trail. You could show your VPE, I did this project on this date. They're very helpful. So having a receptacle, whether you photograph them and put them in online in Pathways, in the folders they have for you, or in your own folder in the computer, or you keep the paper in a binder like I have there. So electronic, they want to be completely paperless, great. If you like paper and you like being able to open it and see it, I had a member who was clicking through his projects, never reading any of them. And then he started printing his projects, and once he printed his project, he sat down away from the computer and actually read them and said, wow, these are great projects. Wow. I said, yes, they are. You didn't read them on the computer? No, I was just clicking through. So that's what you're going to find, is that some people we're used to reading books on paper from a library, but some people find it easier to take the information in if they're actually holding a book and turning the pages and reading it. They don't have to do it all at once. You have to read sections at a time and take it in. Other people will be much happier reading it on the computer. That's fine. For me, I want to enable everyone. Somebody said, you're an enabler, aren't you? And I said, yes. I said, I am. I will take the title. I intend to enable everyone who is interested to succeed. Isn't that all of our goals? You're not shaming somebody because they still like paper, or shaming someone because they want to do everything electronically. You want to support them in doing it whatever way works for them. We aren't trying to drive all of our traditional members out of the district. I'm running off traditional members. I'm welcoming them to follow me. So now we're going live. Yay! So I've already signed in. Has anybody here? We're first going to go through Basecamp, so I hope you could just follow along with me. If you, it won't be working because this is for the right. Okay. So David has already signed in. 3 speeches, and your member has their education award. You can accrue those points so fast. Our club has 5 points right now. Now we're going to have 6 really soon. As soon as we have 6 because David just finished.
No.
Before it, anyway, we have a lot of educational awards. How many educational awards can you get in a year?
10.
No, you could get 10 points, but only 6 of them can be educational. Yeah. Okay. So as a Basecamp manager,
Don, let me break in for 1 second.
Yes.
How many educational awards can you process in a year? As many as you want.
Yes.
Unlimited. Okay. Okay.
No, absolutely. If you've got 6 educational awards, like this time of year, let's say we had it in October. Does that mean I stop encouraging our members to finish their levels? No! No! Of course, everyone knows that you know you're growing when you see that you're getting educational awards. Not only that, when people finish educational awards in our club, we definitely go the full distance. I'm going to show you how, if you haven't done it already. Are you all printing these up? This is my first level Level 1. Their certificate, and they go on a MailChimp. They're being recognized for their achievement. That builds confidence. This is my Presentation Mastery Level 5. I just got in the mail from Toastmasters International. We took a picture of me. Thank you. A little bit different, not much, not too much different. Those are ways of building motivation, confidence, feeling of success. Yes? You got DTM?
Yes, I just wanted to make a clarification, because you're saying educational award, but the 6 would be DCP points, because an educational award is when a member gets an educational award.
Yes.
So, and you would need to complete 4 level 1s to get one education.
Yes, that's true. That's true. A member gets an education point with only 4 speeches and an evaluation level 1. The club needs to have 4 people do that. If you've got 20 people, that wouldn't be very hard, right? 4 speeches and an evaluation? Yes. Level 2, 3, right? 1 requirement, 2 electives. Now actually there's 3 speeches. They're pretty much set for you. Level 3 is where you get into all those wonderful projects that are very much like our CC manual. It's 1 required and 2 electives. There's so many great electives, I want to keep going with them. You could, right? If you want to, you could keep doing them. Or you sign up for another path, and you jump ahead and you start doing level 3. Yes, Stephen?
Has everyone been able to access the website?
Is everybody on?
Some people aren't.
So let's make sure everybody's with us. You have the Wi-Fi there? Is it clicking in for you?
Wi-Fi,
This
One spirit.
is maxed out, so I need to know who is not on. One. Anybody else?
And also, Marilee?
Are you on, Marilee? You're not on anymore. Okay.
I don't know if I'm on the network.
You want me
You can watch if you want. You don't have to be on, but it's good to be on if you want to have the practice.
Okay.
So first we're going to do Basecamp Manager right now, because I know some of you are very active in Pathways and you're not going to want to stay for the entry. Then you can, leave if you want to. And then I'm going to go through entry for anybody that needs it. How many of you need entry? Pathways entry. 1, 2. Pathways from the very beginning, as if you've never been in Pathways before. Anybody like that? You? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Anybody else need Pathways entry? 4. Yes. Anybody else? So we're going to stay for those people. Absolutely, I'm dedicated to everyone who wants to being helped to get in Pathways. This is for your Basecamp managers right now. This is Basecamp managers. The first place we're going to go?
Pathways.
Pathways! Perfect. Let's go into Pathways.
We'll go there or through your name?
No, let's go, for the future, for you showing, that's for selecting a new path. There's a new thing I could show you guys as a Basecamp manager. If you click on your name and go into your profile, it's looking very new right now. You'll see. You can go straight to Basecamp from your profile. Isn't that cool? You can also choose a path from your profile page. You can go into Navigator from your profile page. This is my profile page. Isn't that cool? Okay, so go ahead, David. Go in through there. Go Toastmasters for Writers. Log in as Basecamp Manager. I could do it right there. Click the box and you can go in. So there's more than one way to get to Rome. Look familiar? This is our normal Basecamp. This is not the Basecamp Manager. You must not have clicked it. This is not for Basecamp Manager. This is for a member. So we're going to go back to the bottom of the screen. If this ever happens, don't worry about it. Go to the bottom of the screen. Return to Toastmasters Pathways Start page. Excellent. Scroll up, down. Here we go. Log in as Basecamp Manager.
Okay.
Log in. If you're a Basecamp Manager, which are President, VPE, Secretary. Exactly. So you click on it, it takes you into, this is Basecamp for Basecamp managers. You look on your screen. The one that you really need to focus on is, yes, pending requests. This has, I could show them to you, but there's tons of graphs in there. And if you love graphs, you can have a field day. There's so many graphs. It's a little tricky because you have to refresh them and then ask for details, but it'll give you a lot of details. It won't actually tell you if people are doing projects. It'll tell you if they activated a path. That's what it'll do for you. The managerial tutorials are not awful. There's even one in there that'll show you if you aren't here, if you forget how to do it, how to print the certificate. Great. Now, right now, I don't have any pending requests. I go in there periodically because I am not the contact person for our club. How many? The membership is a great, and PR people often are the people they want first contacted. You're not. You are the person who's the excellent. So all the rest of you are not the contact person for your club. Give anyone a red box, the red X, because it's very hard to undo. We had a member who came in who was new, did an icebreaker. I got a notice of pending level completion from her for one speech. There were 4 speeches and an evaluation of level 1. So I went to her and I said, whoever that person is in your club. So what I tell everyone is make sure you tell your members when you finish a level, contact me. Let me know. Let me know you finished your level. And if so-and-so, are you in multiple clubs? And she said, no, you're my only club. And I said, have you given speeches somewhere else? Because you could. And she said, no. I said, so how many speeches have you given? And she said, just the icebreaker. I said, well, you actually have 3 more speeches and an evaluation to do. I said, but I am going to be so happy to acknowledge your level completion when you've done that. So I'm very encouraging with someone who submits a level completion who I know hasn't done it. But they're shortchanging themselves if they don't do the projects, aren't they? One of the things we need them to do is that evaluation and feedback project. How are you explaining that project to your members? Are you having an easy time? So the way I explain it to people is, in Toastmasters, we've always encouraged people to wait till they've given 3 speeches before they give an evaluation. That way they've seen other people evaluated, they've been experiencing being evaluated, and they can have that effective evaluation manual. I used to send it out. Now with this project, you are getting all the verbiage, if you read the project, on how Toastmasters approaches evaluations to make them positive. So you're giving a speech on any topic, you're getting feedback from an experienced evaluator, you're going back and doing that same speech or a different speech on any topic, applying the suggestions the evaluator gave to you, and then you're going to give an evaluation to another member. You're going to talk to the VPE about who you want to evaluate. Would I have that first-time evaluator evaluate an icebreaker? No. I don't know if they came out of high school with that mentality of all the things I could find wrong. No, I really want to see how they're evaluating someone who I know is not going to take it personally. And they're going to be evaluated by an experienced evaluator in the club. So that is really important. That is an important piece of finishing evaluation and feedback as a project that has 2 speeches and an evaluation in it. So this is done. Let's say somebody got checked. They got the message now that they were approved. They now have completed that level. What's the next step? What's the next step? 2 steps, actually. One is recognizing them. So, for instance, if I type their name up here, anybody in our club who's about to finish a level, let's just put Laura Crockett, or Stephen. Let's put Stephen Cavallaro up there. He's at the club. He won't mind. He's here right now. So I bring up his Basecamp profile, and I go into his transcript. Up at the top, David, up at the top. Transcript. Click on transcript, and as I go down, I'll see, oh, he's in presentation mastery. I open the project.
Open curriculum.
Yeah, open curriculum. And if he'd finished level 1, let's say I go into level 1, he's finished level 1. If I go in there, I can still do it now. I can go into view details. And this is view training, it's arrow down. See how it says print certificate? Right there it says print certificate. You click on it, and the certificate eventually comes up. There it is. And you can print it. Now, did all of you have a club member you want to practice this with, or do you know how to do this? You all know how to do this?
No, and you start from the very beginning.
Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. I know, I did it pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it slower. Do we need to go back and show you to go in and get the pending request? Did you follow me so far with that? Got that part? Anybody have trouble with that part? You had trouble?
No. For the pending request, is either a second step, you have to do it in the regular Toastmasters?
Yes, that is the second step we're going to get to next. Thank you. You suggested it. All right, so let's go back to Basecamp. We just got this pending request. So you just know how, here's a shortcut to Basecamp. You click on this area here, and it'll take you right back to Basecamp. And that's if you're a member or in going in as your Basecamp manager right now. Whenever you click that upper left corner, it takes you back to Basecamp. It's an easy way to get there. So where do we go right now? Pending request. Now that's if we want to do a pending request, it's there. But if you know you already approved it, but you're going in to get the certificate, you don't have to go there. That's just because we see, oh, there's no more pending requests. Now we're going to type the member's name up here. Think of a member of your club that you think has just finished a level. Any level at all, ever, in all time. Any level at all. Level 1, somebody finished level 1, for sure you know they finished level 1. If you type their name in right now, and you'll come up and you go into their all about them, and then you would go into their transcript. Transcript is a record of what they've done in their educational program. So now that you've gone into transcript, where do you go next?
Open curriculum.
You know where to go? Open curriculum.
Don, I have a question.
Yes?
Is the only way to get to your members searching, is that it? There's no list anywhere that takes you as a hot link? Do you see all your members that you could?
I haven't ever seen it. I've gone through all the tutorials.
Okay.
I haven't ever seen it.
That's good to know. Okay. Thank
Yes?
There's a drag down arrow at the right. Does
Uh-huh.
it make a difference if we click on the arrow or just open curriculum?
Well, what it does is you could do that. It takes you to the details, and sometimes the detail page doesn't do a thing for you. If you're really, do we have any private eyes in the room? When I go into the details, what I can see is how many minutes they had the project open. So if they tell me they opened their project and I see it's 0, I'm not going to call them on it. I'm not going to say anything. But I might see they've gone in 10 times and they spent hours on that project. And I go, yes! I can see all that under view details. I can't actually see if they actually did their speech. That's the unfortunate thing. I can only see that they opened and actually studied the material. Okay, so view details of level 1. You can see, right? This is level 1. It's all red. It says 100%. That tells you they finished level 1 right there. Now, as I go into, there's the last step everyone has to do to complete a level completion, presentation mastery. If this check mark isn't there, then they have to do that last step. And sometimes it takes them a while to do that. Some members longer than others. I always say to them, bring your laptop after the meeting. I'm happy to sit with you and get you complete on level 1 because it's important for the club. It's important for you. Just bring your laptop. Let's do it. And I've done this with people in like 2 minutes. So they need to click through whatever they didn't click through to finish level completion. So you, training details or the arrow, whichever, I think it won't matter at this point. Because either way you go, it's going to say print certificate. Did we follow this time? Is that still too quick?
So we click all the levels, then we get completion, like if here's level 2, we get completion mastery.
Okay, so they got all checked, but they didn't have the last one checked. So that's a problem. So for instance, if you go into view detail, see, so here, hit the, okay, so they need to complete this last step, and then they will be done. So they just needed to go in here and click it.
Well, they need to go.
They have to click it. You can't do it for them.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you can't do it for them. If they haven't, he was asking a very good question. That's why people stay after meetings with their laptops to do it with them. Because if they go into level 1, so see it has 100%, and he had 100%, but they hadn't finished that last step that acknowledges that they completed the level. And until all of the boxes in level 1, so let's go view details. Yeah.
So when you get that very last...
No, we're talking about the actual Leadership Central.
Club Central.
Club Central.
Okay.
Leadership Central, Club Central.
Submit.
DCP.
What do we?
We're going to go into Leadership Central, Club Central. Club Central. And scroll down to Distinguished Performance Report.
Got it.
And then over here, it'll say Daily Reports.
Yes.
Do everybody follows? Daily Reports.
Oh, okay.
And then it's on the educational list.
And then on the educational list, we took the member names and we clicked it 3 times, right? We click it, we'll get it reverse alphabetical. And then click it again and it'll show all of them. You'll see it, all the names that are unavailable. So if you care, you can see, oh, there's somebody from my club. Oh my gosh, I saw one of my club members, I know who it is. So I'm going to talk to them very soon because they're one of our officers. And I don't think they meant to block Toastmasters from acknowledging their level completion. They just wanted privacy. So I'm going to talk to them about it. You can't force them, but this is helpful. Now, the other thing we really want you to know is the district wants to have more educational awards because it shows that people are getting the benefit they pay for. You join Toastmasters to grow, so you give speeches, you participate, you get your awards, and if we aren't getting awards because nobody's going into Club Central acknowledging those awards, or the members aren't giving prepared speeches, then it doesn't look as though, when we look across the district, that a lot of members are getting what they paid for. Since all of us want everyone to grow and succeed, and if you're a VPE, you're one of those superheroes that really wants the best for your members. You want everyone to get the most value from their experience in Toastmasters. The way they do that is for you to be a cheerleader and promote the idea of incubate your next speech. What's your next speech idea? Do you want to talk to me about it? Let's get you going. Let's get you active. Don't be one of those people who never comes to meetings, doesn't participate, doesn't do speeches. You aren't getting what you paid for. That's the writing's on the wall. That person's going to be leaving the club, right? They're not coming to meetings. They're not getting speeches. They're exiting. You want them to be involved. They don't have to come to every meeting, but this is for their growth. It's very valuable to keep participating. And the more you participate in anything, the more value you get from it, right? The more you learn, the more you give, the more you get. Thank you so much. Anything else that we need to cover for the Basecamp managers?
I just want you to know the numbers. There are 2,347 members in District 52. That's not worldwide, that's our district.
What?
Anybody know how many people, individuals, have submitted educational awards so far? We're halfway through the year.
Less than 10%.
How many?
25.
Anybody else?
It's less than 10%.
165 members.
No matter how many members?
2,347. In your club, when you submit awards for your club, let's say you are very active and you submit 4 awards. You're still only one unique member. You're one of those 165. I would love to see that number be higher than 50%, which means we would have 1,000-something people, close to 1,200 people submitting educational awards. We have 104 clubs in the district. Let's get those people to give speeches. 4 speeches.
Yeah.
One evaluation.
Level 1.
1.
Level 2, 3 really great speeches.
Why is this important? Does it have something to do?
It tells us that your club is doing a good job for who?
The members.
There is nobody more important in Toastmasters than the member. When you pay $45 to join Toastmasters, you want something back. When you get something back, like a certificate, it goes, ooh, I did something. We want that. We want our members to feel like they're getting a return on their investment, because then they'll stay.
So if only 4 members submit, you've got, what, 18 that have done nothing?
So you want to watch that. Make sure people are getting those opportunities in your club to give speeches. If you have a short meeting, a 1-hour meeting, do an all-speaking meeting. Do an all-icebreaker meeting. Get people up to speak so that they can get those 4 speeches and 1 evaluation done.
Do a speech-a-thon.
Yes, speech-a-thon.
Now, somewhat like the new clubs, I totally understand why Hope Street wants to do a lot of table topics, because they want every member there to feel that they participated, and it is tricky when you've got 22 icebreakers to do. So I will say, let's make sure everybody gets value from the meetings, not just the icebreakers, but that we keep getting 3 or 4 at every meeting. That will make a big difference. I want to show you this book, that if you don't have it, this has master meetings. They keep coming up with new versions of this. What is the bottom line here?
Prepared speeches.
Prepared speeches, evaluations, table topics. What are the other criteria? They're all on your moments of truth. Starting, ending on time, greeting your guests, all those other things that we all know, right? Anybody doesn't know any of those? Be sure to check this out. It's wonderful. It's great. Master meetings. If you need to refresh yourself, it's there. It's online. You can download it. You don't have to have the book. And we're 10 past 12. So
How'd you get your hard copy? Well, you just had it before they stopped making it.
I actually got the hard copy because this actually belongs to Hope Street.
It comes with the kit.
It comes in a kit. And so I'm going to be handing it off to you today, but I thought I'd bring it and show you guys so I actually see a paper copy. Now, I downloaded and print it, but this is actually has a hard copy anymore. We have R.R. Donnelly doing our provider stuff. We got a whole box of goodies that came in the mail for us this week for the club that they got to have. Ballots and a big chunk of ballots and all kinds of their timer cards and all kinds of goodies came to the club this week. Any questions before we go off to, I'm going to dismiss you, Basecamp leaders, and anybody that wants to walk into Pathways with me, I'm going to stay and we can work up here in the front.